We'll cover a lot in this video, and to pass the time, we'll play a quick game of I Spy with my little eyes closed. I've got you covered if Bitcoin crashes hard and liquidates down to roughly $30,000. You need not worry, we will speak about a fraud case involving Gemini, what you should know about the Bitcoin ETF, and what we might be anticipating on Monday with a significant influx of capital in the markets. We'll also talk about Ripple being paid and a shakeup, as well as how Ripple will be selling XRP to D institutions. All of this will happen without further ado, people. Now let's get started on this. The price of Bitcoin has increased. At 47,338 Ethereum, 29% of the market is down. It's up 48%, coming in at 52 total cryptocurrency market caps, $803 billion. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that when these stablecoins are below the dollar, it usually means that people have rotated money out and into the markets. Therefore, I would suggest that we could be witnessing a slight liquidation in the crypto markets, with these stablecoins reaching roughly $1. However, for the time being, it appears that money is in the markets. Keep in mind, we're not into full bull mode until we break 2 trillion, so we kind of stole out a little bit here. Bitcoin looks like it. Will we be able to overcome stall out 48,000, which was a crucial area for us to breach? It will take time to determine, as the weekly closing is one more day remains. Let's settle up. Focus, let's examine the situation there. I Spy, what do you see is a quick game that we can play? That's correct in this instance. Luxlon acted once more. Hello everyone. Today marks the first pack opening on the XRP ledger. How do you feel about that? Incredible, you don't need to tell me, and not only is there a mutation from the Creation Lab. We are currently introducing pack openings to the ledger in our breeding lab, the first ever. Pay attention, if XRP, Ledger, Polygon M, and Ethereum can all do it, so can they? We are, after all, out here inventing day in and day out, expanding the community, and welcoming new members of Lux Lions and the NFT movement that we are working on. We recently inked the largest contract in NFT ever on the XRP ledger. The firm we worked with was Cool Cat CTO, and we agree with them. This led to their renown and success. Lux Lines is going to proceed in the same manner. I alert you to the fact that you must obtain your Lux Lions daily NFTs. People, please stop talking to me when these things start to rise above $165. The next thing you know, they're worth a few thousand because, in my humble opinion, that's where we're heading, not towards financial guidance. Well Wired, come join the party and get to the Discord. What he lacks is this. Bitcoin doubles as a way to entice obliging people. Let me blow it up before the great rug. For those of you observing the display, this is the situation we are examining. Will Bitcoin collapse, or did it reach the $48,000 mark as planned? Targets that we announced on this channel a few weeks ago. If 30 to 33k Bitcoins reach the threshold and the whole value of the cryptocurrency market surpasses $2 trillion, we can, take this off the books. Even if Bitcoin falls short of those figures, these targets are still very much in play. It's fairly clear what that means for the rest of the market. The remaining markets will follow. Down once more, there may be one more decline in the US. Since we have all been waiting for Bitcoin and I am aware of the prospects for the remainder of 2024, I won't be upset about it. And I am aware of what has been done to send the price of Bitcoin skyrocketing. When will the moon arrive? The first lawsuit accusing cryptocurrency company DCG of fraud is now worth $3 billion in New York. Investors coming out with lawsuits is so triangular that the New York Attorney General stated, so what's going on here? I'll tell you, Digital Currency Group, it's Barry Silber's group. This has increased the amount of money that people have been defrauded of. Gemini's tag 3 billion people with AB, and they invest the losses to increase the scope of their scam. In lawsuits, businesses are charged with deceiving investors into believing their money is secure. You know what the state attorney for New York is arguing that this isn't the case and that it was safe and intriguing to start with. Let's see what happens with that portion of the ETF. Update, it was published yesterday. Positive day with ETFs purchasing nearly 12,000 bitcoins. Are we about to witness a massive influx? Take a look at this change on Monday. 62.3% since January. Since its debut, this large ETF has begun to draw interest. Everyone fell into the marketing hype. Surged, we observed that the cost of Bitcoin came. Hey everyone, see, the ETFs are horrible for cryptocurrency right now. What's going to happen when a large amount of money floods the Bitcoin ETF markets? We will receive several ETFs. ETFs for several cryptocurrencies will be available, and institutional capital will begin to pour money into those coins. I know that I'm all for ETFs. Many people are opposed to it. I disagree. You should involve the institutions because they are the ones who offer ETFs to the general population. A simple method to introduce the average individual to cryptocurrency. Let's face it, my parents are interested in investing in cryptocurrency and won't put in the effort to study about it or have the patience to even sit down at a computer. They would fall for so many things, so double-check the numbers you think they're going to sit down and learn about installing and securing a crypto wall. Spam and fraud. If there was a simple way for them to invest in Bitcoin through an ETF, such as Fidelity or Vank, that's how they would go about doing it, and that's what they will do. Ethereum versus Ledger. What do we obtain? The crypto community released this fantastic movie. A fantastic interview. I'll play a little bit of this, as it says here, and this is essentially from the CEO. The XRP ledger is up against 700 EVM blockchains, and there's no way to compete. Next, David Schwartz will speak. What thoughts does he have? There are a lot of developers there, and this has about 880,000 downloads every week. However, all EVMs use the same libraries, JS and Web3.js, which are helpful for nearly every VM. This library has 1 million downloads every week, while E and Web3 have 55,000 downloads per week, or about 1.5 million downloads per week, which is a lot of work. We wish to make these libraries available for the XRP ledger because we cannot ignore them. Given that the XRP ledger is one of the top chains, all these downloads have the potential to introduce new software, updates, and applications to our ecosystem. However, it's unclear whether the other chains are compatible with all of these tools and developments, so it's essentially a test against 700 blockchains. David Schwartz spoke out on this topic as well. The Crypto Age said that running a validator shouldn't come as a surprise. It makes it more motivation to run a validator and seek for. I disagree with David that the best incentive is none at all. Ripple works, but they have escrow. That's after the infrastructure. Who would operate a Bitcoin full node without payment? Asks David, and he has a point. Who will manage a full node for Bitcoin? Nobody would operate a DNS server without being paid, so turn on the electricity without getting paid. And Yassine said that thousands of nodes make up Bitcoin. A few hundred are in the XRP ledger that you cannot scale without exempt. David adds his voice. Just demonstrate in your first email that there is no artificial incentive to run full nodes. David says it's not, too. The functional equivalent of executing an XRP functionally, the ledger validator is similar to operating a complete node of Bitcoin rather than mining XRP. Ledger has nothing at all to do with mining. Nodes verified or the transactions mentioned. David, respond to this for me. There are just a few hundred no validation networks, despite the XMP ledger being operational for over 10 years, having been established in 2013. Why is this? More validators, according to David, isn't a good thing. I concur that more non-V verifying nodes would be an excellent idea. David adds, it won't result in any more non-validating nodes if validators are rewarded. He is pretty much open to what you want him to do. He is receptive to methods for the S of hubs. He is unaware of any direct grants made by Ripple. Andrew claims that, as long as the hubs receive funding from a variety of sources, the XP Legend Foundation uses donations made by individuals directly or in any other way to support those who want to run nodes. were disputing that Ripple has a direct influence over them because of what Ripple may potentially be attractive. At that time, I would say something like, hey, and vote for this amendment to proceed, or we wouldn't be able to continue funding you. What, exactly, are you wanting? Everyone wanted XRP, and we wanted the SEC versus Ripple case. Not to be a security, claiming that Ripple had nothing to do with the price's influence. Currently, individuals are yelling and beating Ripple, demanding money, and asking what they want from the company. With technology, you can have it both ways. The XRP ledger is open. People shouldn't be relying on Ripple. That was the entire point of the Ripple v. SEC case, and instead, they should be building on the network if they believe in it. At that time, everyone supported Ripple, essentially giving them the green light and letting them know that they were not the ones driving the price of XRP. And that they are to blame for the increase in the price of XRP, but now they're arguing the opposite. Do you understand what I mean? You just can't have it both ways. You can't do it here, people. And then Jack shared this using XRP sales techniques and a little shakeup. Now, all of Ripple's sales in terms of XRP for institutional sales have to comply with the legal requirements set down by the court. The court will determine which remedies to oppose in April of this year, so by this summer, we may know which way this might proceed here, and if Ripple needs to alter how they offer XRP to institutions, it would be to our complete advantage. Keep in mind that in just 2 months, this will all become evident. By summer, I hope. We now have a decision. There is a lot of conflict in the XRP community, and there is much more to come in the second video of the day.